We studied Drake's history for a month, and we found that for 15 years, while he has absolutely owned the charts, the memes, and even laid claim to the word certified, the numbers that truly matter aren't platinum plaques or streaming records. They're court docket pages, hush money totals, and the actual age of the girls he invites on stage. Are you ready for this? Keep watching, because the next 12 minutes are going to completely erase every cozy image you ever had of the rapper who cried in Marvin's room. What if the sensitive guy, the loyal friend, the king of captions, was actually hiding a much darker reality? We all know his origin story, don't we? Degrassi kid turned 6, God, churning out hits on repeat, selling out tours globally, with OVO hoodies popping up everywhere. The public Drake, he's sensitive, he's self-aware, he's the king of captions. He consistently raps about loyalty, about family, about protecting women. It's exactly the kind of brand that prints money, right? It's a carefully curated image, built on aspirational narratives and a seemingly relatable vulnerability. But what happens when that meticulously constructed brand starts to crack? When lawsuits, when rivals, and when leaked settlements start piling up behind the scenes, threatening to expose the fine print nobody wants to read? So let's peel the sticker off that album cover, shall we? And actually read the fine print that they definitely don't print on merch. Remember April 2018? That's when Lacoana Morris, a London-based model who performs as Layla Lace, filed a sexual assault lawsuit connected to Drake's 2017 Boy Meets World Tour stop. Now, court documents show the two had consensual sex. Drake himself admitted to engaging in sexual activities with her. But here's where the dispute began. She claimed he later assaulted her in a hotel. Drake vehemently denied the assault allegations, but his team still agreed to a quiet, out-of-court settlement, reportedly valued at $350,000. This wasn't just a simple payout, though. Drake also launched a countersuit against Morris, accusing her of civil extortion, fraud, emotional distress, and abusive process. The settlement ultimately resolved these claims, and crucially, it included a stipulation prohibiting Morris from repeating her previous statements. No admission of guilt, no criminal charges, just a signature and an NDA thick enough to stop a bullet. The case never hit trial, yet the payout became a clear template for how quickly cash can make headlines disappear. What does it say when such a significant sum changes hands to ensure silence? The details of this settlement only came to light because Morris later filed a complaint against her own attorney, claiming she was aggrieved that the agreement portrayed Drake as the victim. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, about the true cost of quiet? Just weeks after the Layla Lace news began to cool, Pusha T dropped a bomb with his diss track, The Story of Adidon. This wasn't just a typical rap battle. It detonated Drake's best-kept secret, a son named Adonis, born to retired adult film actress Sophie Brousseau. Pusha mercilessly mocked Drake for hiding a baby from the world, and even suggested an Adidas line named Adidon was planned to reveal the child. The track forced Drake's hand. He had to confirm paternity on his own album, Scorpion, shortly after. On the track, March 14th, he rapped lines like, "She's not my lover like Billie Jean, but the kid is mine," and admitted, we only met two times, referring to his mother's advice that all it takes is one time. Suddenly, the wholesome family man image had stretch marks. A hidden child, a secret pregnancy, and a rival rapper airing it all out for the world to see. It certainly wasn't the narrative Drake wanted for himself. Despite the dramatic public reveal, Drake and Sophie Brousseau have since developed a supportive co-parenting relationship, with Adonis splitting his time between his mom in France and visiting Drake in Toronto and Los Angeles. But the initial shockwave was undeniable. Let's rewind even further, all the way back to 2009. It's the BET Awards after party. Drake, then a rising star, invites a group of young fans on stage during a performance with Lil Wayne. Among them, one girl is reportedly just 9 years old. Cameras catch him dancing with them, serenading them, and even kissing the top of her head. Enter Baka Not Nice, Drake's longtime affiliate and OVO signee. Their connection goes way back, with Baka starting out as Drake's security guard before transitioning into an artist under the OVO label. In 2014, Baka was arrested on severe charges, including allegations of human trafficking and forcing a 22-year-old woman into prostitution and taking her earnings. He also faced firearm offenses. While the most serious charges of procuring prostitution and human trafficking were eventually dropped because the woman refused to testify, Baka did plead guilty to assault and unrelated weapons offenses in 2015. His criminal record also includes prior convictions for armed robbery and assault. Despite this alarming rap sheet, Drake wrote a character letter for Baka's sentencing, posted welcome home billboards upon his release, and continued to feature him on tracks. While loyalty is a high currency in hip-hop, critics can't help but ask, why would a global superstar bankroll and publicly endorse a friend with that kind of criminal history? No evidence directly links Drake to Baka's crimes, but the association stains the very brand that claims to protect women. Kendrick Lamar certainly noticed, specifically calling out Baka's weird case in his diss track, putting an uncomfortable spotlight on Drake's inner circle. Fast forward to last spring, and the rap world absolutely exploded. The long simmering feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar reached a fever pitch, ignited by Lamar's verse on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That. Drake responded with tracks like Push-Ups and Tailor-Made Freestyle, even controversially using AI-generated voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. But Lamar's subsequent tracks, including Euphoria, 616 in LA, and Meet the Grams, escalated the conflict to an unprecedented level, with Meet the Grams accusing Drake of sexual predation, sex trafficking, and even having a second secret child. Then came the kill shot, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. This diss track didn't just light the internet on fire, it incinerated it. Lamar directly accused Drake of being a pedophile, rapping lines like certified lover boy, certified pedophiles, and say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. He also questioned Drake's associates, including Baka Not Nice, asking, Baka's got a weird case. Why is he around? The accusations of running a sex trafficking ring and hiding another child were amplified globally, turning the song into a viral sensation. Drake's response? A massive defamation lawsuit filed against Universal Music Group, UMG, Lamar's label, in January 2025, which he later amended in April. He claimed the label intentionally profited from false and damaging statements made in Not Like Us, and even accused UMG of manipulating streaming platforms and making secret payments to boost the song's reach. The suit insisted Drake has no criminal record, no arrest, no victim statements, and has never engaged in sexual relations with a minor. Yet the headlines were already tattooed on Google, and the damage to his public image was significant. If these layers are already making you rethink the playlist you blast at the gym, hit subscribe right now, because the next half is darker and the receipts are longer than any album rollout. You won't want to miss what else we've uncovered. Within days of the Kendrick diss track, Not Like Us dropping, gossip blogs and blind items on Instagram started buzzing with rumors of a second out-of-court payout. This time, the whispers alleged it was to a woman who was reportedly 17 when she met Drake in 2017. While no lawsuit surfaced publicly and no documents leaked, the sheer volume and speed of these rumors were unsettling. It's not just Baka. Take a look at Drake's orbit, and a troubling pattern starts to emerge. There's Baka, with his criminal history and human trafficking allegations. Then there's producer Detail, who worked on hits for Beyoncé and Nicki Minaj. He was arrested in August 2020 on a staggering 15 counts of sexual assault and 5 counts of felony assault, for alleged crimes spanning from 2010 to 2018. A model and aspiring singer was even awarded $15 million in a lawsuit accusing him of abuse and rape. Interestingly, Detail himself once sued Drake, alleging that Drake's bodyguard Chubbs assaulted him in 2014 after Detail declined to be Drake's exclusive producer. Then there's party promoter Daryl Taxstone Campbell, convicted in a shooting that involved Drake's crew. None of these men directly implicate Drake in their crimes. That much is true. But the pattern is hard to ignore. When headlines heat up around his inner circle, Drake's team writes statements, never affidavits. The rapper publicly distances himself while still cashing in on collaborations and maintaining private alliances. Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group was initially unprecedented. An artist suing his own distribution arm for promoting a diss track. Legal analysts called it a long shot from the start. Drake's legal team argued that UMG was complicit in spreading a false and malicious narrative by promoting Not Like Us, which accused him of being a certified pedophile. He even alleged that UMG made secret payments and used bots to inflate the song's popularity, seeking to harm his brand during contract talks. However, the legal battle took a decisive turn very recently. In October 2025, a federal judge in New York, Jeanette A. Vargas, dismissed Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG. The ruling was a significant blow to Drake's claims, as the judge determined that Kendrick Lamar's hit song, Not Like Us, was a protected form of artistic expression rather than a statement of fact. Judge Vargas explicitly stated that the lyrics, despite their serious nature, expressed non-actionable opinion and that a reasonable listener would understand them as part of a vitriolic war of words within a heated rap battle, not as verifiable facts about Drake. Beyond the sensational headlines, the viral diss tracks, and the high-stakes legal battles are real people. Think about the girl on stage at 9 years old, now a footnote in a superstar's history. Think about the accuser who was paid to stay quiet, her story silenced by an NDA. Or the teen who may or may not have settled, her experience relegated to a whisper in gossip columns. Fame often turns these individuals into footnotes, their emotional invoices left unpaid, while Drake's brand continues to headline festivals and dominate streaming platforms. Critics argue that this is the harsh reality of a power imbalance that hip-hop often pretends to fight, but paradoxically frequently monetizes. In 2024, moral ambiguity isn't a bug. It's practically another revenue stream. The cognitive dissonance is palpable, but for many the music is simply too good, or the loyalty too deep to let inconvenient truths get in the way. It's a fascinating and sometimes disturbing reflection of how we consume celebrity in the modern age. So what do we do with the rapper who soundtracked our heartbreaks and our triumphs, yet keeps signing settlements instead of autographs? Maybe the real question isn't whether Drake is guilty of every single accusation. Perhaps it's why we, as a society, keep building gods out of people who, in plain sight, often warn us exactly who they are. Every lyric, every carefully worded apology, every hush check is a stark reminder that fame rewards the art, not necessarily the artist. And when the beat finally stops, someone is always left counting scars that even the deepest pockets of money just can't fade. Do these revelations change how you hear Drake's next bar? Does it make you listen differently? Drop your take below and share this video if you think this conversation needs more voices. And if you think this story was revealing, wait until you see our next investigation into the downfall of Kanye West. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Fame hides everything until it doesn't.